Shabbat Shalom and welcome to the holiday edition of Inside the Inferno. Sadly, today also marks the final show of the semester and 2021. I'm Ryan Blank. Alongside me today is Griffin Greenberg. Griffin, that sweater is terrific. I love the llama. How are you doing and what is on the slate for us today?
I'm doing good, thank you, Ryan, and I love your sweater as well. And yeah, since it is December, we all know what that means. Football season is winding down, so we'll get some football updates today, including on how ASU's team will look like towards the future. We'll also hear about the Devils in the big leagues, men's Pac12 basketball updates, ASU women's basketball updates, baseball, some headlines, and an interesting holiday gift list for what certain Sun Devil sports teams need. That's all coming up right here on Inside the Inferno. But first, let's head over to Sam Valenti for a recap of this year's Territorial Cup.
Hey there, Sun Devils! This is Sam Valenti here with a recap of the 2021 Territorial Cup. The abysmal Wildcats came into Tempe with a 1-10 record, and let's be honest, the writing was on the wall even before the game started. Even though this was not a repeat of last year's 70-7 thrashing, ASU still dominated the U of A with a 38-15 victory. Ricky Pearsall caught 2 touchdowns from Jaden Daniels, and President Jack Jones had the play of the season with an 87-yard pick six. This was the 5th straight Territorial Cup victory for the Sun Devils, who finished the regular season with an 8-4 record. ASU will have a bowl game in the coming weeks, which looks to either be the Las Vegas Bowl or the Holiday Bowl in San Diego. Now, whether the Sun Devils are high-rolling in Vegas or keeping it classy in San Diego, they will look to end the 2021 season on a high note. That's all I got for you today, Sun Devils. Have a golden day, and back to you, anchors.
After their 5th straight win over the little brother down south, Arizona State Athletic Director Ray Anderson went to the locker room and announced that head coach Herm Edwards will return in 2022. With the ongoing investigation hovering the program, ASU sticks with Edwards for at least one more year. After his first 4 seasons, Edwards has a 24-17 record, including a 17-14 record in Pac12 play. He also has a Sun Bowl victory to his name. Now onto the roster. The Sun Devils suffered a major blow to the running back room with Diamante Trainum entering the transfer portal. With Rashad White being a senior and Trainum leaving, it leaves redshirt freshman Daniel Ngata and 4-star recruit Tevin White to lead the backfield in 2022. One of ASU's strengths this season is looking like a potential weakness with Trainum in the portal. He was in line to take over as the lead man out of the backfield. However, the Sun Devils get 2 key players returning for next year. Defensive lineman Jermaine Lole, who missed the entire 2021 season, announced that he will stay in the maroon and gold for next year. The other guy is quarterback Jaden Daniels. He announced on his Twitter that he will return for his senior season. After a down year compared to his freshman campaign, he has unfinished business in Tempe and will be the man under center in 2022. This season, Daniels has thrown for over 2,000 yards and 10 touchdowns while leading the Pac-12 in completion percentage. He also added a career-high 670 yards and 6 touchdowns on the ground. Sun Devil fans have seen the last of Rashad White in an ASU uniform. He announced that he will not be playing in the bowl game this year. This season, he became the 21st Sun Devil to rush for 1,000 yards in a season and total over 1,400 yards from scrimmage and 16 total touchdowns. He is set to be one of the early running backs taken in this year's NFL draft. Lastly, ASU is not done yet. They have 1 game left with a chance to add more hardware in a bowl. Currently, the top projections are the Holiday Bowl and Las Vegas Bowl. The top projected opponents are Wisconsin, Wake Forest, and Penn State. In the coming days, we will find out which bowl the Sun Devils will be playing in. Now, let's head over to Jerry Walker with a Pro Devils update.
Former Sun Devil basketball player Lou Gens-Dort has been having himself a last couple weeks for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Dort has scored at least 15 points in 5 of his last 6 games and currently sits second on the Thunder in points per game with 16.8, only trailing Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who's averaging 21.2 points per game. The Thunder made headlines Thursday night as they lost by an NBA record 73 points to the Memphis Grizzlies, but Dort led the way for the Thunder with 15 points in the annihilation. Another former Sun Devil basketball player making moves is Josh Christopher, who was recalled from the Rio Grande Valley Vipers in the G League by the Houston Rockets earlier this week. Christopher lit up the G League in his 3-game stint, collecting a double-double in his first game for the Vipers, with 15 points and 12 assists against the Austin Spurs, before dropping 29 points and 22 points in back-to-back games against the Birmingham Squadron and ex-Sun Devils Island Cheatham. From the court to the diamond, former Sun Devil Cole Calhoun signed a one-year, $5.2 million contract with the Texas Rangers. Calhoun was a member of the Diamondbacks last season, where he batted .235 with 5 home runs and 17 RBIs in 51 games. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Jerry. Now for more basketball, we bring in Inferno basketball reporter Olivia Eisenhower to talk Pac-12 hoops. Olivia, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Ryan. We are full force into the best time of year, hoop season. And while the Suns look pretty hot, the Pac-12 looks pretty good too.
Absolutely. Always to see some great basketball. And speaking of great basketball, Thanksgiving weekend is always a crucial time for college hoops with the start of the season. So what were some of the things that you saw?
Well, as you should know, the Sun Devils traveled to the battle for Atlantis, and the Pac-12 brought home a few other pieces of championship hardware. First, Arizona in the Roman main event in wonderful Las Vegas, Utah in the Sunshine Slam in Daytona Beach, and lastly, the Trojans of USC at the Wooden Legacy in LA. Isaiah Mobley of USC, Brandon Carlson of Utah, and Christian Koloko of Arizona all came home with an MVP honors from these destinations. Stanford is also set to play in the Diamond Head Classic in Honolulu from December 22nd through 25th over the holiday season.
And you're seeing all the national exposure. With that, how's the conference looking in terms of the national rankings?
Yeah, out of the conference that has been the only conference to be in conference play, USC leads the Pac-12 with a 7-0 record after a dominant win over Utah and 20th nationally in this week's AP poll. UCLA comes in just behind at 7-1 in the conference, but landing at 5th nationally, and a team that has seen great success 6-0, great success to be exact, are the Wildcats of Arizona, and they open conference play December 5th at Oregon State, and that is the team you'll want to watch out for this season at 11th in the nation right now. The Sun Devils are towards the bottom of those rankings after opening conference play with a loss to Washington State.
I know March is a little ways out, but who do you think comes out on top from the Pac-12?
Top three here for me are UCLA, USC, and Arizona. But I'm going with the Bruins. Johnny Juzang coming into the season with first-team All-American, Naismith Trophy National Player of the Year watch list, Wooden Award watch list. It could go on and on, really. I mean, joining him on a lot of these lists are Jamie Hawkins Jr. and then Tyler Campbell on the Bob Cousy Point Guard of the Year watch list and Miles Johnson on the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar Center of the Year watch list. Coached by the Pac-12 preseason Coach of the Year, Mick Cronin, from the Final Four run last season, this team has only added pieces to make for the deepest roster in the conference, in my opinion. These decorated returners are joined by 5-star freshman wing Peyton Watson, who hasn't made an impact early, but allows flexibility at the position for Cronin, and the transfer from Rutgers, Miles Johnson, that brings rim protection and leads the team with rebounding at 6.8 a game and 1.8 blocks a game currently. The team also has survived a top 5 test this season, beating Villanova in an overtime thriller, but falling to number 1 Gonzaga in a Final Four rematch due to this just not being able to make shots. I mean, and Cody Riley being out with an MCL sprain probably didn't help. That could have been part of the answer against the Zags freshman Chet Holmgren, which changed the way of the defense for Gonzaga and really allowed them to be more aggressive and allows defenders to extend more to the perimeter. Juzang and Hawkes could find open shots in March that they just couldn't find in this top 5 test. If UCLA shoots better and returns Riley, the rest of the Pac-12 really just isn't Gonzaga, in my opinion. Factors make me doubt USC is that they don't have the other Mobley brother and guard Taj Edey from last season and weren't tested really in that non-conference play. While Arizona did take down number 4 Michigan in Vegas, and is showing that they could really hit that stride, I think they could really show a challenge for UCLA. I kind of question the abilities of a first-year Division I head coach.
Thanks as always for joining us, Olivia. You can find more of her work at infernointel.com. Now let's send it to Ireland and Griffin with this week's Inferno Intel headlines.
Thanks, Olivia. Now I'm joined by Ireland Horvat for this week's headlines. Ireland, how's it going?
Pretty good. How about you, Griffin?
I'm good as well.
First off, in headlines, I would like to highlight the 92% graduation success rate of ASU student athletes. Men's basketball has a 100% success rate, football has an 86% graduation rate, and women's athletics have a 96% graduation rate. Knowing how hard it is to be a student athlete mentally and physically, this is an amazing thing to highlight on today's show, and we are so proud of our athletes.
Yes, we absolutely are. What else do you have for us?
Rob Gronkowski, also known as the Gronk of the Buccaneers and graduate of the Wildcats, lost a bet to his coworker having to stunt an ASU shirt after the win of the Territorial Cup. He did not look happy having to be a Sun Devil for those few moments. What do you think, Griffin?
Yeah, Ireland, I'll agree with you and say that the four-time Super Bowl champ did not look too thrilled at all. By the way, ASU hasn't lost in the Territorial Cup since 2016. Their fifth straight win against the Wildcats makes it their second longest streak of having the cup in history. Now let's check back in with Ryan Blank for some baseball updates.
On Thursday, Arizona State baseball took a hit of their own, losing volunteer hitting coach Bill Mueller. Mueller was brought in as a part of Willie Bloomquist's new coaching staff, which was the huge sweeping coaching changes after last season. Mueller has joined the Washington Nationals as an assistant hitting coach. In recent weeks, however, the Sun Devils have gotten a couple commitments. Catcher Trey Newman committed to the Sun Devils after playing for Central Arizona College last year. The other commit is left-handed pitcher J.J. Sanchez, who also played community college ball last year playing for San Jacinto College in Texas. Now, that's all for baseball. Let's head over to Connor McGill, who has everything you need to know about Arizona State athletics this holiday season.
The holidays are near, and many are making out their list of things they want for Christmas. For those ASU sports teams, though, their needs are different to the average list. So let's break down what we can expect some of these ASU sports teams to have on their Christmas list. We're going to start off with the ASU men's basketball team, a higher shooting percentage both in the field and behind the arc. Currently, the team is averaging about 39% in the field and 29% outside of the arc. Now, on the other hand, the ASU women's basketball team not facing shooting trouble. The key for them, finish the non-conference season strong. The team has 4 games left before entering Pac12 play, and being above 500 will be important in a very competitive Pac12 women's basketball conference. Now we go to the ASU swim and dive team. Their wish list item is to break more records, both on the school and collegiate level. Already this season, they've broken 8 NCAA records. So showing out in Pac-12 play will be critical in making that happen. And wrapping it all out, we got ASU hockey. Their Christmas list item is to defend their great home record. As many know, this is the last season that they're going to be playing in Oceanside. And currently, the home record stands at 37-3 at home. A strong home crowd finish would definitely make their move a little easier. Well, that's all I have. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Connor. Those teams are definitely hoping for more than coal in their stockings. Now for an update on ASU women's basketball, we go to Olivia Eisenhower.
Arizona State women's basketball is back at Desert Financial Arena this weekend after a trip to the 2021 Cancun Challenge. After falling to Houston and Baylor to begin the tournament, they left Cancun with a win against Fordham, 58-43, and after playing 3 games in just 3 days. Leading the way in this win was Jaden Simmons with 16 points, Jade Lovell with 15, and Taya Hansen with 10. The trio shot 83% from the arc and 72% from the floor. Mile Giles led on the boards with 10.3 rebounds, and the now 3-4 Sun Devils look to take on a 1-4 University of Texas at San Antonio team on Saturday to kick off the 2021 ASU Classic, with Harvard there in the mix before hitting the road the following weekend. Make sure to be there on Saturday, December 4th at 1 p.m. and with a bear, yes, a teddy bear, of course, for the teddy bear toss benefiting the kids during this wonderful holiday season. You can also watch the matchup against the Roadrunners on the ASU live stream or through KDUS AM 1060. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Olivia. That'll do it for today's edition of Inside the Inferno. Ryan, it's been a pleasure.
It has been an honor sharing this desk with you, my friend. And it may be the end of our studio shows until 2022, but make sure to check out all of our work at InfernoIntel.com and follow us on our socials at Inferno Intel. Until next time, happy holidays and a happy new year.